Hi, I'm Jason Carter, and I am not looking forward to talking football tomorrow with people who don't know anything about football.
And I'm Stephen McCollum, and I am sick and tired of looking at uniforms and clothing and thinking they look cool in an ad, and then seeing them in a game and be just befuddled at how ugly they are.
Oh, we're going back to that, huh? Main Event Podcast, it's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
You have fun at the game?
Oh, yeah, it was so exciting. They scored the winning hit right at the buzzer.
I think he wants to come inside Utley.
He doesn't always go down.
Got the red pure arc to that stroke, isn't it? Yeah, it's one to copy.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Put your testicles in the C gap.
Welcome to the Main Event Podcast, episode number 37. Jason Carl, Steve McCullum.
Hello.
Thank you for listening to us. However you're listening to us, we are on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean, so make sure you share with all your friends. Also, make sure you do follow us on social media. We are located on Facebook at The Main Event Podcast, on Twitter at The Main Event Pod. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at JasonCarter03. You can find Steven at
SMAC500.
And is that SXAC this week, or you going to Ohio State?
Oh my
Michigan?
God,
Or
you had to
what?
bring that up? No. Why do you have to bring that up? I'm not going to go on my rant early
Yeah,
on.
because I know you were irritated with it earlier.
Why do they put an X over the M? Like, nobody can explain this to me. You know, like, why does Ohio State have to red X everything?
Because they don't like Michigan. They don't like the M. The M's in the logo, or it's on the field.
Well, they're going to get owned by them whenever they play, Friday or Saturday, so they might as well get used to it.
We shall see if they get owned or not.
I told you,
It is a Harbaugh matchup.
I'm wearing my
against
khakis. I'm wearing a polo shirt. I'm getting khakis. I'm wearing a baseball cap. I'm wearing the old Air Force sunglasses that they wear in the Air Force, you know, or Navy and Top Gun. I'm going Harbaugh out.
You're wearing aviators?
The clear
Does Harbaugh
ones.
wear aviators?
No, the clear
Oh, yeah, the
ones.
clear guy glasses. Yeah, they play
Yeah.
Saturday, by the way. 10 a.m. game. They have the early time slot.
Yeah,
so.
probably not getting up that early to watch it.
That's a Fox game, too. Fox, actually pulled out this game instead of ABC, so that's cool.
I thought Fox always did it.
No, this is usually an ABC game, because remember they had LeBron James on there a few years ago when it was in Ohio State?
Oh, that's right. He was wearing it.
Because they had a rare Saturday off, and it was so random.
Yeah, that's right.
And he was all decked out with his boys, Kyrie and JR and all that jazzness. But no, big weekend college football coming up this weekend. A lot of, it's rivalry week coming up. Got more on that and what should be maybe played this week that isn't played and hasn't been played the last, 5 years, I guess?
Ooh.
Yes. Teaser.
Hang on to your seats, folks.
Hang on to your seats. What's Jason going to talk about? Nah.
Yeah, if we go quiet.
I thought you were going to say something there.
No.
Mitch Trubisky could possibly not be playing. We don't know. He's unlikely right now, so it looks like Chase Daniel could be coming in.
Yeah, just what everybody wanted on Thanksgiving Day. A Chase Daniel sighting, a Colt McCoy sighting for the Redskins.
Who has the night game? Falcons and Saints?
Yeah, it's not Falcons and Saints.
Yeah, it's Falcons and Saints.
Oh, okay.
It's a 13-point spread, so get fucking amped up for some Thanksgiving Day football.
Right?
So are you looking this up why they do it? They do it because they take the M out of everything. They don't. It's rivalry week. It's like hate week, so you gotta. I don't know what needs to be explained here. They don't like Michigan. It's the rivalry. So you take the.
It's stupid. So because their rival is Michigan, it starts with an M, so they have to cross off the M. It's stupid. So now it's beat Michigan. Yeah, on every word. So
it's
the
still
M's a bad thing.
It's still Michigan, but you just don't want to see the M. Like my buddy, his Twitter name, his name is Michael Chin, and the M is X'd out.
I don't. How is that an insult though? How is that trolling?
It's just what they do.
It's stupid. I thought Michigan and Ohio State were supposed to be smart schools, not stupid schools, because that's stupid.
Well, they're Big Ten, so I don't know how smart they really are.
Yeah, it gives no explanation. It just says it's a clever way to prank Michigan X off. So they X off all the M's like on their campus and everything. Like,
Yeah.
Can you think of anything stupider? Seriously, anything stupider? Did Ohio State go, hey, let's instead of keeping domestic violence quiet and letting our players sell jerseys and stuff and get for tattoos, and let's find other creative ways to cheat. Hey, I got an idea. Instead of cheating, let's just red X all the M's everywhere for Michigan. That'll show everybody how intelligent we are.
Would you rather hear about scandals and stuff like that?
Yeah, I want something
it's
clever.
What they do.
People are like, this is clever. What is clever about Mark?
I know it's fun.
Xing
You know,
off an
they
M.
do it the entire campus. It's fun. It's fun. Let the kids be. Let the kids do the kids.
Look at that. Look how many X's are on that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they have way too many M's. That's for sure.
There's M's in everything. So does Michigan. Well, I was going to say something really inappropriate there about does Michigan go around, beating women, beating dummies of women this week or whatever? Like that would be just the same as stupid as putting an X over all the M's.
It's just what they do. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just go Bucks.
Like this article is just like, it's a clever way of trolling. I don't get it. Like, if I was Michigan, I'd be like, wow, that's the best you got, Ohio State? Like, really?
Yeah, I see my buddy Mike Chen. He's an Ohio State grad.
Yeah, no,
he puts the X.
I got buddies that do that, too. Chris Cook. Shout out to Chris. He does it. He's been doing it all year on his,
Oh,
too.
except he did add an M and met the kid backstage at a Reds Fest, so...
You can't even follow through with it?
Yeah, got to follow through with that. Let's see what else. Yeah, he has M and Smart. Yeah, if you're going to do it, you at least got to follow through with it.
Do every M and be really annoying about it.
Every M. You know what is annoying? All right, so this past Monday night, I was at the Rams Chiefs game of the century. Lived up to the hype. You were proud about that. We were all happy that it actually lived up to the hype.
I think it exceeded the hype.
Oh yeah, it definitely exceeded.
You got to break
hype.
it down.
Yeah, it exceeded expectations. It was a knockout, drag out fight. When the Rams come on defense, the PA guy. At first, I thought this was taped, but then I started hearing his voice get straightened. He'll do 3 times. He'll say like, "Whose house?" And then he'll be like, "Rams house." When it's not. I mean, they're playing at USC Stadium, so not even their house. Anyways, so the second one,
it's not
"Whose
USC Stadium.
house?"
It's the Coliseum.
Rams house.
That's
and then
awful.
this last one, he's like, "Who's?" He can't he had trouble with it.
Does he do it? He does it 3 times every time they go on the field?
Yeah, every time the defense takes the field.
Oh my! But 3 times or just
Yeah,
1 time every
3
time?
times.
They go? Oh my god, that is grating.
And they do the hashtag Rams house.
I hate when they go like, "It's another first down."
Yeah,
Like, I hate when
they don't
people
do that.
stuff. Oh
I
my
actually
God.
like their PA guy. I was comparing him to what we have here in Arizona. It's like, I kind of like this guy a little bit more because he does he breaks down the play more too. Like our guy's like Johnson to the right for 5 yards, brought down by so and so. This guy's like, so and so to the left, 8 yards.
Our guy doesn't even say a direction, so
Yeah.
that's based off of the team management and their decision on that stuff. So if you notice, they don't get excited or anything. Also, for the Cardinals, that's a whole thing where some owners don't want them to get excited because they don't want them rising the crowd up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I actually read a big story on that a couple years ago.
Interesting. Would you be a good hype guy?
I would not be a good hype guy.
If you were on it, you
I would
wouldn't be able to
not.
do it.
Would not be a good hype guy. Just because, what gets me excited, I'm the hard to impress guy, as you know. I'm just even kill and stuff. I'm like, oh god, it's 3rd and whatever, yay. And then they make it. I'm like, oh well, good for them. It takes a lot to impress me. So I would totally not be a hype guy. Because I am not the guy that's defense has 3rd and 4 and standing up cheering, oh my god, stop them.
Yeah.
I am not that guy at all. I'm
Usually in big situations, at least stand up for this one, all right? Go on, it's 4th down, all right? Just stand up.
I'm like, everybody sit down. I'm trying to watch it on the big screen over here. Yeah, I mean, it's, and I texted you after the game because you were all gung-ho about it being there. And I was like, dude, relax. It was just another regular season game. Settle down, Tiger.
Well, the thing that made it so good, and we just watched Creed 2, which was awesome, by the way.
This morning.
Which panned out to, was the sequel to Rocky 5 that we all wanted, and to Creed 1. So brought in a lot of loose ends. But remember Rocky 4 and the whole Rocky goes to Russia, the crowd starts cheering for him and
cheer for him,
Drago.
yes.
So they start cheering. Like, I kind of felt like, in a way, like in the fourth quarter, like everybody around me, like there was like Chiefs fans or Rams fans. We were like, can this game just please go on? It was like that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial, like, come on, Mahomes, don't throw another effing pick, dude. Like, give us a field goal, let it go. And then like everybody was like, I don't care who wins. This game's awesome. This is like the best game ever. Don't even care. Whereas like some games, if it was like a 20-17 game, it'd be like, oh man, stupid Chiefs, or Chiefs fans be mad or Rams fans be mad. But because it was what it was, people were just like, this is amazing. Like, let's just let them play forever. Let them go next week too.
That's just stupidity. Is that not the epitome of an LA fan? If they turn and they're like, we don't care who wins.
Well, no, it wasn't just LA fans. It was Chiefs fans too. Like everybody was just like, this is awesome.
That's stupid and garbage right there. That's stupid and garbage. You don't all of a sudden go,
just,
I don't care who wins. You want your team to win.
They're just enjoying the football game, enjoying the good football game, and that's what it was.
Stupid.
It was a long one. They combined for more touchdowns than the Bills have all season.
By one.
In one game.
Was that 14? And Bills have 13 or something?
Sorry there, Buffalo. To our Bills Mafia up there. They had over, 1,000 yards. Most points scored in any Monday Night Football game ever.
I think it was the most points scored in any game ever.
Yeah, I thought it was too, but people kept hyping up how it was Monday night.
Well, no, they were doing that because the highest Monday night was lower than a regular game, and I think they surpassed. I could be wrong, but I think they surpassed both. I know they beat the Monday night one.
Yeah.
And then once they beat that one. But how about Vegas, man? They set that over under at 64. And they missed it by 40 points. They lost like 7 digits.
They set it at 37 for the second half and lost that too.
Oh, jeez.
Because it was 23-23 at halftime.
Oops.
Yeah. So crazy. They're like, all right, 37 coming out of half. So, I didn't realize how long the game was. Like, I was listening to the radio, like, man, that game took 4 hours and 10 minutes. Like, I was so entertained throughout the game that I wasn't once like, looking for my phone and trying to see what was going on.
Yeah, you had you had no messages. Like I texted you at one point and like took you like 20 minutes to respond, but that's probably cell service too. There where you were, the Coliseum's not the best place on the planet for that. But it was a great game. I'll be honest with you. I was sitting here on the couch, and me and Monday Night Football, I either doze off for a little bit or start doing something else and just have it on the background.
Like last week, you literally left before the Giants went on the game winner, and you knew they were going to go on the game winning drive, and you're like, I'm going to sleep. I was like,
whatever. But this was like the first time where I was engaged from opening kickoff to the very end of the game. I was just sitting there watching it. It was just amazing. So, I'm a big defense guy, and I know all the defensive guys hated that game, right? They're all coming out now going, this is the new NFL. But there were huge defensive plays. Normally when it's a 50-50 ball game, there's no defense played. Both teams are just driving down the field and scoring in like 2 plays. But there was huge defensive plays in this game. From that Rams guy, I can't even say his name, started with a K.
Jason Witten can't say it either.
I know. That one-handed catch he makes, he's just going. Even the Rams defensive lineman, that's really Donald. He basically had no stats if you look at his stat line, but he disrupted the game so much back there that it was just amazing to watch. And then the nice thing about this Monday Night Football broadcast that's different from the other ones is when I go to the games, I'm watching things other than the ball, right? Because I want to see what happens downfield. They were actually showing the design of these plays where when Hill got so wide open on that 70-whatever-yard touchdown pass, they showed why he was so open. And, because everybody's like, how can you blow that coverage? They didn't blow that coverage. That was such a well-designed play that literally the Rams got crossed up. Their players ran into each other trying to get back there and things like that. And that's what that made that game so fascinating to me was it was literally like, here's what we're going to do, match it. And then they would go out there and match it. And then it was like, match us. And then it was like, okay, match us, both offensively and defensively. And it was just amazing circus to, watch and all that good stuff.
I'm so used to being here in Arizona, and every time we see a guy that wide open, it's either overthrown or underthrown. Yeah.
Oh my God. And when he hit him on the run, too.
Yeah, so when that play developed, I was like, because we were sitting in the opposite end zone.
Oh, so you could see it happen.
So I could see it, and him just burns you got Tariq! You got Tariq! And there was like part of me like, I need Tariq Hill not to score 24 points, but Tariq Hill ended up getting like 245 yards from scrimmage, 10 catches, 2 touchdowns, and he won me one league and burned me in the other league, so we're good there. I split it, so whatever. The one I was sure thing going to lose, I had an 8% chance to win that game on Monday night, and I came back and won. But anyways, so I saw it happen. I was like, oh my God, he's wide open. But my expectations were like, he's going to fucking blow this throw just because I'm so used to seeing that here. I was like, oh yeah, wait a minute. These are good teams. Wait a minute.
I mean, he throws the ball probably better. Mahomes throws the ball better on the run than I think he does in the pocket. And he throws a pretty ball in the pocket too. So the thing about, everybody gets caught up in the moment, and I get it, but like, so everybody's like, these are the best 2 teams in football. Well, the Saints just beat the Rams, and everybody's forgetting that. Like, I get it, but everybody's, I saw the things, let's cancel the rest of the season and have these 2 just play each other. It's like, you're not going to get this. You're not going to get that again. How many times, okay, I'll just answer this for you, every time. When was the last time you had a game that lived up to the hype?
Yeah,
never. That's why I was joking going into it, going, it's going to be like a 9-6 ball game, of 3 field goals in the third quarter. It's going to be just awful because games never live up to that hype, and it's not going to live up to that hype again if they come back and meet again. So that type of a thing. But
54-51 ball game, great game to be at. So if it doesn't live up to the hype, I'm glad I got to go to the one that did live up to the hype. So
well, that was the other thing. Like, so being there, like, I get the excitement because the game wasn't supposed to be. It literally was like a special event because the game wasn't. It wouldn't have been that exciting if it was a regular scheduled game.
If the game was in Mexico, it wouldn't have been that exciting. I think that what hyped it up is the fact that like we actually got to see it get played in America. Even like the Rams, the pregame, they were talking to their ESPN guys. I was listening to them, that other little like party area or whatever. And they're like, the cool thing about this game is, we actually get it. Like, because when you circle this game on the calendar, you weren't expecting these 2 teams to be 9-1 going into it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what made it more hype, was like it literally moved there. So everybody had to buy tickets, right? It wasn't expected to be there. They had the Rams had to throw a home stuff together. It wasn't supposed to be there. The circumstances on why it moved, the wildfires, even that shooting a month ago, like all that stuff like accumulated into this one event where it was like unexpected. I'm just saying, like, I agree. In Mexico City, it wouldn't have been the same game for multiple reasons. The field, the air, just being down there, change it up. But like, just being in LA and the way it moved to go there, it just gave it that extra event hype on there, which gave it that deal. I mean, the Rams played out of going into last week. Remember, I said this is going to be interesting to see if the Rams can play with the big boys. So they just lost to the Saints. What I didn't factor in was that the Rams were also high on emotion because they had all those first responders there, people that literally saved some of the players' houses that so they wouldn't burn down were there, and I didn't even think about that emotional side of it on that to go in there. So I mean, that's all that stuff just accumulated into this one huge event game that was just worked out in this perfect circle, and that's why you won't get it again. Because normally that's a meaningless regular season game, and who cares who wins it?
I mean, Ric Flair was on the sidelines.
Yeah, I retweeted you on that. Woo! So so that's why this was special, and that's why you're never going to get this again, especially in the regular season, like a playoff game might match up to. It's just because all the circumstances that wrapped around it. If these 2 teams were to meet in the Super Bowl again, it wouldn't have that much hype and everything because it's a neutral field. 2 weeks to prepare. They're going to answer all the questions, all that stuff. So that's why this was just so much more special and different in the way it came together. It was spectacular to watch. But my question is, my rant to the beginning is the jerseys, and I'm referring to a different jersey, but
yes.
Man, but I asked you how those yellow jerseys for the Rams looked in person because they look hideous in TV.
And I've always been a fan of the yellows, but after like seeing them in person, and not just seeing them in person, but the yellow end zone and all the yellow that was in the crowd, I was like, I'm kind of yellowed out, I guess.
Yeah, they kept panning in the crowd.
Because I've been a big fan of those yellow jerseys. Like, every time I like the show, I was like, I love their color rush. I don't know why. I just love, like, it's just like old school Rams colors, Like, I just love that.
That's not old school Rams.
They were yellow and blue back in the... Well, they were more blue. They were, like, blue and white, but still, like, they had that
change your story now. They were never yellow, Jason.
Well, they were never yellow, but they were blue with yellow. But I like the...
Not that much.
Yellow. Yeah, they weren't that much yellow. know.
But yeah, there was a lot. They kept fanning the crowd in the crowd in the stands, you know, and like a lot of yellow jerseys. Like, I was surprised by that. Like,
People love the color rush. It's the new shiny toy, whether you like it or not. I mean, it's just the new shiny toy.
so they look good in person or what?
Yeah, like they look good in person, but eventually you get tired of it.
Well, of course.
But we found the audio of Jason Witten.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Let's hear this.
I can't even say this guy's name, but here's Witten.
This is why we're broadcasting from a table, and Witten's making a lot of money to do this on Monday Night Football.
Exactly.
Kelsey's on the edge, protecting. But Ibukam was able. Kelsey's on the edge, protecting. But Ibukam was able. Kelsey's on the edge, protecting.
So Samson Ibukam is his name broke, and Jason Witten just could not get that thing out.
I can understand that, you know, but then again, like as a professional broadcaster, that should have been practiced like all week.
Ibukam. No, you know what? No, I'm with Jason Witten. There's some times that you screw up some names, like even at the dirt track. There's some names that just get the yips. I mean, that name's kind of hard, but I get like the easier names, like Size, which is like Seize. I'm like, is that Size or C's? You know, they're like, oh, it's Size, and I'll still say C's just because I get like the yips on it. You know, like I just can't say it.
Because you questioned it.
Yeah, because I questioned. Now I just gotta keep calling him Size and whatnot. So I mean, I could understand why you would f up that one.
He's horrible.
But
Witten's horrible. Witten's horrible.
I think he was trying to spit it out real quick because the guy just got another pick to seal the game. That was after the second pick. So there you go. Thanks to the folks at ESPN and Jason Witten for all his glory. It means Jason Witten, he's a good old Southern boy.
Well, he's awful.
He's a good Southern boy.
He's awful at announcing.
That was good.
It's awful.
That's fun stuff.
It's hard to watch. I had somebody that sat there and watched. Like, you know me, I barely pay attention.
Maybe that's why I enjoyed the Monday Night game so much.
Because you didn't have to listen to Witten.
But I heard on the radio that Booger was more than number 2 this week.
Yeah,
over
Booger
Jason.
Well, that's the way it was. And then Witten like went to studied all week or something, and he kind of went back.
I kind of feel like it's been trading off each week though. Now that I look back, I didn't notice it until somebody mentioned it. I was like, oh yeah.
People are like, and I like Booger. Like he gets like in depth on stuff. He does say some stupid things sometimes. Like I can't remember where they are now, but he does say some stupid things sometimes.
Like when he was talking about going to the bathroom, that was kind of weird.
But but it's just a technique, whatever. But it's almost like, and talking for a living, it's not easy to do. Like talking for 4 hours is not easy to do.
Oh, no.
Then you're in an unnatural environment, right? With another person. I mean, how many times did we talk over each other? And we've been working together for almost a year now. So, and those guys are brand new together, all that stuff, and it's just like, man. But I tell you, the first game I watched, first snap to last snap with no interruption, and I was just like, oh my god, this is awful. Like Witten is awful. I know that's blasphemy for you Cowboy fans.
How dare you?
So we brought up the Rams jerseys and how god awful I thought they were. So last week I declared the best uniforms on the planet were going to be the Notre Dame jerseys because of the ad that came out, and they looked freaking sweet in that ad.
I didn't think they looked that good in the ad.
They were awful.
You were pumping these things out, man.
They were awful. The ad was awesome. But I will say the jerseys were a big disappointment. The pinstripes were like smaller than they were in the ad. The ad, they went farther down their arms and stuff. Here,
I think because with the
shoulders.
moving and stuff during the game, it squinched them up more.
Yeah, like the pictures I saw was like just over the shoulder, and it's like, what the heck? It didn't look right.
Yeah.
But I will admit, their helmets were pretty awesome. The ND logo,
yeah, the helmets
on
were
top
pretty cool.
was pretty solid. But yeah, so I just hate, I guess it's like when you go to like Burger King and you want to order a Whopper and you look at the picture and you're like, that looks delicious, and then you get it and you're like, what the hell is this? Same concept.
The only time I've gotten McDonald's food that looked like McDonald's food was in Japan because they take time, they care.
They care.
And they don't bitch about wanting $15 an hour for not caring.
They're not America.
America.
It's our right to bitch about.
Speaking of America, 9 hours ago, did you see this tweet that came out?
The one about Miley Cyrus? That one you're all excited about?
Oh, no. Donald Trump just tweeted "Make America Great Again" like 9 hours ago. I don't know why, but he just wanted to tweet it out.
I was just curious which one 9 hours ago.
Donald Trump wasn't disgusted by asking for the military discount at Panda Express. That's for damn sure.
Oh my God, did she give you a look or what?
Hey.
She does not.
Bad there, Taliban. Fuck.
She does not support the military, does she?
I guess not, but It is what it is. So college football coming up this week. It's rivalry week. You excited?
You know what? I'm not as excited as I usually am, but it's also Thursday, so I got 2 more days before I have to be hyped up, right?
When's your game? You got what, the
Friday at 1:30.
So you're hanging back at the house and watching the game before you go to the racetrack?
You know my dilemma.
Oh, you can hang back and go to the racetrack later.
Yeah, because I'm not. Well, you shouldn't be announcing this. Yeah, since Riley's going to be working, I don't have to be there until then.
Right.
Then I'll just watch it on the iPad over there, I guess. But yeah, 1:30 kickoff. So it's exciting. I know it's 2 unranked teams, everybody, but ASU lost to Oregon last week, and they should have won it. There was a controversial call at the end. ASU struggled a little bit there. They should have won it. They didn't, so whatever. But most importantly, rivalry game in Tucson. U of A needs this win to become bowl eligible. And there is a scenario where if ASU wins and a couple other things go right, every Pac-12 team will be bowl eligible except for U of A. And that would be the awesomest thing to ever happen on the face of the planet. Please, Santa, that's all I want for Christmas. I want 11 Pac-12 teams in bowl games, and the only one sitting at home is the little whiny Wildcats.
And then you can take a sign to the bowl game that you go to and say, "Hey, U of A, wish you were here. Wish you're bowling."
But I know everybody says that with rivalry games, but this one literally is. It's usually the worst team wins. So we don't know who the worst team is here, but so first time these 2 coaches are going. And the thing about this is when you get new coaches in that aren't familiar with the rivalry, you can tell who's not ready for the rivalry or not and how intense it is because the team usually doesn't show up.
The thing that sucks about being a first-time coach in rivalry games is the week leading up to it, the media. So, do you know how important this rivalry is?
It's not just the media.
Us?
Everywhere Herm Edwards went this week, he had some ASU guy in his ear. Got poor guys just driving there to stoplight, and some ASU guys, you better beat them.
If you do one thing this year, Herm, you better beat them.
Same thing with Sumlin down there. He's at freaking Cane's getting some chicken for lunch and. I know the person giving them the food's like, I'm only giving this to you if you beat ASU this week.
Don't be coming here for a discount next week. If you lose, you son of a bitch, you're paying double.
Yeah, so I mean, that's, for us there locally, that's a big one on Friday. It's exciting. Hopefully ASU can pull it out. We'll have our picks here in a bit, but a
lot of big games. So the weird thing about rivalry week is the games that they've had to muster in now since some scheduling, not scheduling realignment, but conference realignment.
Yeah.
Texas is playing Kansas.
Yeah.
Which this used to be the time slot Texas played A&M, but since A&M left the SEC, the 2 guys, they can't somehow get together and figure out, let's do a non-conference, home and home, for a few years. I mean...
Well, you know why.
They both have tried to figure out who has the biggest dick. That's why.
Well, Texas wants all the money. That's why A&M left.
And then Oklahoma, West Virginia. That doesn't really give you rivalry feel, right? It doesn't be OU, OSU.
What are you talking about, man? West Virginia, Oklahoma goes all the way back to 2017.
Right? Yeah. What was it? 2014 they came in?
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it was.
I mean, Washington State. That's a good Saturday game. So you look at Saturday,
that's going to be
Oklahoma, West Virginia is going to be a good game. I feel like, but it's not one of those that you think oh yeah, rivalry game.
I know that Apple Cup's going to be pretty spectacular to watch.
I need Washington. Just come on, Mike Leach. If you do one more effing thing in your life, beat Washington for me.
They're not going to make the playoffs, because the top 4 teams aren't losing now, unless SC just surprises Notre Dame on the at home. But just to see Washington State, they got 10-1 if they win this week, so
they could potentially get a berth in Fiesta Bowl, right? If they.
Then they got to play Utah in the conference championship, which won't be a matchup at all. I don't think Washington State's too high powered for Utah, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And then of course Saturday, got Michigan OU, which we alluded at earlier, and all that stuff. So let's. Another thing that I don't, LSU and Texas A&M. I was listening to one of my buddies on the radio the other day. He went to A&M, and he's like, if people were to ask me who is A&M's rival, I'm still going to tell them it's Texas. He's like, because LSU does nothing, for me. He's like, is it Missouri in the SEC? Is that our big rival since they were both Big 12 schools? So funny thing about A&M and Texas. I don't know if you know this. Do you know how Bevo got his name?
Who's Bevo?
Bevo? You know Bevo?
Let's start with Bevo.
Bevo is the Longhorn.
We covered this last
From
week.
Texas.
I despise Texas everything.
Well, I figure you at least know who Bevo is.
He's the freaking bull or whatever. Just say the bull.
He's the Longhorn. It's a Longhorn, not a bull. It's a Longhorn.
Whatever, Jason.
Yes.
Whatever.
So he's the bull, as you say. Do you know how Bevo got his name?
Dude, obviously not, since I didn't even know he existed.
So back in the day, I'm not too sure like what year it was or whatever. Texas A&M won. They beat Texas 13-0, and they branded Bevo 13-0. Like they went and branded Bevo's ass. So Bevo didn't have a name at this point. He was just Longhorn. So they branded his ass, and what UT did, they made the 1 a B, the dash, yeah, it was, they made like the 1 and the 3 a B. They made the dash E, and they threw a V in there, so it was Bevo. That's how Bevo got his name, from the A&M rivalry.
I can't believe I just listened to that story. I would like to apologize to everybody for making us dumber, Jason.
That's a feel-good story, right? Now you know. Now you know some useless information about how Bevo got his name. So tomorrow...
And I want to forget that.
So Friday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time or noon Eastern or whatever, wherever the hell you're at, you can be like, when they don't show Bevo, because Kansas won't let Bevo come to Kansas because they have artificial turf. They don't want Bevo taking a dump on their effing turf.
It's either they don't want him digging in and ruining it.
Well, he just stands there, all right? He literally just stands there.
December 1916. He was officially named Debo. And your story's so fucking wrong.
No, it's not.
Dude, it's totally wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
You just fed us the biggest pile of... Literally, you just fed us the biggest pile of bullshit.
No, I did not.
Longhorn shit.
Well, the Horns aren't going to admit it, but that's how the name became.
What? Bevo had made his debut the month before during UT's 21-7 victory over Texas A&M. As UT historian Jim Nakar writes on his website, Bevo was a play on the word beeve, which is not only the plural of beef, but long used as slang for cow or steer destined to become food. While Bevo...
Look at the better-known story right there.
While Bevo 1 did indeed meet that fate, today's Bevos live out their retirement years peacefully at a private ranch. But that's the true story. The made-up one...
No, it's the better-known story, which is the story. That's the real story.
The made-up one is that Bevo earned his moniker...
News. They're not going to say it.
A few months later, after a group of Texas A&M students branded him with a 13-0, the Aggies' winning score from the 1915 football matchup. As legend has it, which means it's made up,
no,
Longhorns responded by altering the 13 to a B, the dash to an E, and then added a V in front of the O.
It's all about, look, you're reading Longhorn news. That's UT news. So A&M fans are going to tell you they did it. UT fans are going to say, no, that's not the story because they don't want to be associated with that. So there. It's all what story you want to believe. You despise Texas, so you should believe my story.
It says right here, the legend. That means it's made up.
That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that. That's stupid UT propaganda right there. You should go A&M side on this one and say that's how you got branded.
You fed us Longhorn shit.
I didn't feed you. I gave you A&M shit. That's Aggie shit.
The truth about Bevo and 9 more UT facts is where that came from.
Yeah, well, that's
facts.
UT news. That's what they... Yeah, facts. Okay, that's a... alternative fact is what you can go with. Alternative fact.
Right here. Bevo mascot. Wikipedia. We'll go to the official internet site here, folks.
Yeah, because Wikipedia is so true on everything.
We'll go to the official...
Yeah, Wikipedia is so true.
Wikipedia's... A&M fans can update this.
Well, they should. Maybe they did. I'm going to go update it right now for them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was there an A&M fan that updated it recently? Let's see here.
The most recent Bevo was introduced...
we don't care about Bevo 15. Let's see here. What do we got here? Thanksgiving Day.
God, there's been 15 Bevos. Steers live a long time from 1916.
You're right? Yeah, like they do.
Hold on, you gotta go to origin of the name. Folks.
It wasn't. Nope. Even that story is right there. That story is still right there. At around 3 a.m., A&M students broke in and they branded Bevo.
The legend As the legend has it, on February 12, 1917, around 3 a.m., 4 A&M students broke into the South and branded. Why would they, in 1917, why would they brand the freaking bowl with the score from 2 years earlier? When the bowl wasn't even part of the mascots in 1916, before that game even happened.
Because they're holding
Tell
up to
me,
something.
because it's made up
Because they're holding on to
it's
something.
made up Longhorn crap.
Well, which story would you want to believe? That they just named the bull Bevo or that the branding happened?
I think they're both stupid, so they go Texas for being stupid. But I'm just saying
the branding story sounds cooler, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying.
So just go with the branding story.
Yeah, I'm saying go with the branding story.
So however you want to listen to it, fans, whatever you want to do, if you want to be like, hey, you know what, that's how it got to happen. Hopefully someone won't discredit you and Google shit. But and I guess you could always throw in there. Legend has it.
that's how you have to start it.
Yeah.
Legend has it.
So sorry I didn't add legend has it.
Yeah, because then I would have been like, "Oh, that's cool, Legend." I would have moved on with my day.
Well, there you go. So that's legend. Anyways, Texas plays Kansas on Friday.
Now let's get into Jayhawk. What the hell's a Jayhawk? And why do Jayhawks wear shoes?
Why do they have Les Miles? Like Les Miles took a step down to go to Kansas, right?
Yeah,
Like,
down anywhere else. That's official, by the way.
yeah, I know. They're trying to get.
Why do Jayhawks wear shoes? You ever wonder that?
Why is a Big 12 school trying to play defense? More importantly, what do you think's going on there?
Yes, we've been on that all week with the NFL game. Yep.
But we do have two ranked games on Friday. Oklahoma, number 6, going to West Virginia. Take me home, country roads to the place I belong. West Virginia, number 13, going to be 2-point underdogs at home. ESPN Friday night at 6 o'clock. Who you got?
Let's go, Mountaineers! Yeah!
I'm going to take Oklahoma. And I'm going to take, I know we're not picking the Texas-Kansas game, I'm taking Texas to beat Kansas. All they do is beat Kansas, and we will be looking at a Texas-OU Part 2 this year. And the first game was pretty solid game. Second game won't live up to the hype, but it'll be awesome to see it in a bigger, the newer, I guess, Cotton Bowl now, since they play at the old Cotton Bowl, and now the Cotton Bowl is obviously played at Cowboy Stadium. That's where the Big 12 title game is this year. So I'd like to see that again.
My problem, really? Because like you said, it's just not going to live up to the hype. But, like, that's the problem with
but
the
it'd
Big
be
12.
like...
So congratulations, they got a conference game now. But they're all going to be rematches. And who gives a darn?
Like... I like it better than what the old championship games were for the Big 12, like where you had Missouri playing OU.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that does nothing for me. Or Texas playing Colorado. Like,
yeah, no, you're right on
terrible.
that.
So I feel like that game, I'd be more intrigued to watch that game just because of the rivalry.
Texas is winning that game, but West Virginia's winning this one to spoil the Oklahoma party.
Well, hopefully Oklahoma gets it. Anyways, Washington, number 16, going to Washington State to take on number 8, the Cougars, the Apple Cup, Mike Leach in all his glory, 2.5-point favorites, Friday night. Oh, man, it's going to be good.
This is an exciting game of the weekend right here. Besides ASU U of A.
Yeah, besides that one.
Cougars!
Come on, Cougars. If you do one thing, you win this effing game. I want Mike Leach to be hoisting up a trophy at the end of the season. Not just the Apple Cup, but hosting up that Pac-12 trophy. I need him to pull through.
So you can talk about some random...
I want media day with Michael Leach.
There was one the other day, I think I tagged you on it this week, where there was a story about him showing up to Pac-12 Coaches Day or Coaches Meeting or whatever, and everybody else was in there and everything, and they're waiting to start, and he showed up 30 minutes late with In-N-Out Burger in his thing. Like, Peterson from Washington told the story, so one of the reporters asked him about it, so he told the story from his side, and he was like, man, I was starving, like, nobody wanted to be around me, I was angry, I was hungry, so I stopped at In-N-Out Burger, I tried to eat it on the way, but I couldn't, so I just had to walk in with it. And everybody turned around and looked at me, and I sat there and ate my In-N-Out Burger while they started the meeting. It's so funny. Like, god dang.
He's like one of us, right? Like he's a dude's dude.
Yeah, like he's just like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna stop at In-N-Out and eat.
He's a dude's dude. Saturday, we got number 4 Michigan kicking off things against number 10 Ohio State. A 10 a.m. start for us out here on the Mountain Coast.
Noon their time.
Yeah. So no, they're Central, right? No, Michigan is Eastern. Yeah, Michigan is Eastern. So, anyways,
with
two
that
teams, 10-1. Ohio State barely got by Maryland. I'm seeing a whole bunch of Ohio State fans like, this is so much bias. Ohio State's still number 10, Michigan's number 4. Like, just let it play on the field, all right? You want to talk about your bias all you want, Ohio State? This is the game. You got to let it happen on the field. And this game, you always get hyped up for it, but you just never, it usually never pans out. Because Jim Harbaugh usually sucks in big games, which I get that. It's terrible. I just don't know where I'm leaning in this game. Like, I want to say, like, Ohio State doesn't because of the Harbaugh curse, but I think I might be leaning more towards Michigan getting this done finally.
Yeah, Ohio State is awful defensively. I've been reading stories about how their players are, like, checked out, getting ready for the draft. All their players that are going to be draft eligible are checking out, just like Bosa did. They're all starting to check out, not pay attention to the coaching staff. Urban Meyer last week against Maryland did not look well at all. I think this is the year Michigan pulled it out. Harbaugh's going to come back. And actually win one this time. It's going to be a pretty big dominating performance because if Ohio State struggles against Maryland, that wasn't a lookover game. If they struggle against Maryland offensively and defensively, they're going to just get killed by Michigan.
And it'll be awesome, too, for Harbaugh to finally get that win in Ohio.
Right?
I feel like, right?
On the road,
like, just make him so angry on the Saturday.
He needs to run off the field and be like, shh.
And going into the weekend. Other ranked games this week on Saturday, we got LSU taking on their new rival, number 22 Texas A&M. Not too sure A&M is still freaking ranked, but they are. So there you go.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're 22, 7-4, 22.
Well, you know why? Because they got to hype LSU up.
Yeah, they got to hype up this game. Eddie O, baby, Eddie O. Who you got?
LSU, baby.
You gotta go Eddie O in this one. They get it done. Then Utah State versus Boise State. Is that a rivalry?
Apparently.
It's not Utah?
No, Utah's rival is BYU.
Yeah. But both these teams are ranked 23 and 21 right here.
Yeah, Utah State
10-1, man, against the 9-2 Boise State.
Utah State's head coach is going to get a big time job next year.
They are playing on the Smurf field though, so who you liking?
You know what? I'm going to go Utah State. I'm going to go Aggies on this one. They're from north of Salt Lake City there. I don't remember what city they're from. But yeah, I'm going to go the Aggies of Utah State. They're going to end the season ranked.
I think Boise State gets it done. It's hard to win on that Smurf field, man. It's hard to win on the Smurf grass, the bluegrass. It's weird because Boise's not the bluegrass state, or Idaho's not the bluegrass state, but yet they play on bluegrass, so I find that quite odd. But looking over to the NFL, obviously they're getting their week kicked off tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Everybody's always, talks about, we're doing Thanksgiving, blah, 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 what are you thankful for? Thanksgiving to me, growing up in Dallas, obviously this has always been a game day for me, so it's always had, different meaning. I know you
could care less
about Thanksgiving regardless, so. Yeah. But
just a day for people to gorge on food you can eat any other day of the week.
Yeah, well, you don't eat it any other day of the week. You only eat it on Thanksgiving.
Turkey?
When are you just going to cook? You're just going to go grab a turkey in May and cook it?
I have turkey all the time.
Yeah, well, you're not going to go buy a gigantic turkey and cook it and baste it in May, are you?
I don't do that for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but if you did. If you did, Steve.
Okay.
Obviously, with Thanksgiving does come the greatest of greatest, which is the side dishes. So, for this week's podcast, we are going to do our Mount Rushmore of sides. I am a huge side guy. Every year Thanksgiving, I always got the turkey leg, and then I just gorged out on some sides.
You're a turkey leg guy, really?
Yeah, I'm a turkey leg guy. I love the turkey leg. Are you?
I'm a breast guy.
No, Avi.
Oh, we're talking about turkey still? No, stupid. There's a stupid dad joke for you.
Surprised.
Oh yeah,
you're quicker than me on that one.
No, man, you got to go with the soft where you cut it and it folds over just perfectly right there, and salt it a little bit, maybe a little gravy on there, sop it up.
That gravy gonna set it off. Anyways, side dishes, Mount Rushmore. Steve, what's your top four?
Well, Jason, we got mashed potatoes with gravy, brown gravy, not the dark stuff. Ew. We've got corn of some sort, whether it be corn on the cob. You know what? I'll substitute the two, but corn on the cob is the way to go. But I will substitute regular corn on that. You got to go with the old staple, macaroni and cheese. Can't go wrong with that at all. And I don't have a fourth one.
You don't have a fourth?
I can't think of a fourth one.
Deviled eggs.
Oh, deviled egg.
I know you're a deviled egg guy.
But I'm a deviled egg guy like 2 or 3, and then I gotta be done. Like,
oh yeah, because that's going.
Yeah,
if you're married, you got a girlfriend, ease off the deviled eggs tomorrow. All right.
It gets gross after like deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are like Orange Julius's, man. They're like awesome when you first started drinking them, and then like you get to the bottom and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, you get a large Orange Julius, you're in deep shit.
Yeah, like I'll get my fourth one here, on there. But actually, to be honest with you, it's rolls. I didn't want to say rolls, but yeah,
rolls aside, it's a side piece.
You gotta love your rolls with the gravy, and then you mix it in with the mashed potatoes and all that. I just didn't want to say rolls.
The best thing about Thanksgiving is the days after Thanksgiving when you do the turkey and hot sauce sandwiches.
I don't eat leftovers.
Yeah, I know you don't, but I do, and I love me some turkey and hot sauce leftover sandwiches. So mine, I mean, deviled eggs. I could eat deviled eggs all day. I don't even care.
Do you put the jalapenos in them and stuff?
I don't do the jalapenos. So, like the spice stuff on it, like what is that?
Yeah,
Paprika.
the red
People
stuff
call
or whatever.
Yeah. You know, so
I call it the red stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if it has a name, but it's like what the Tonys, I guess. They put on their little Creole sauce, or Creole spice. So you got to get the Creole on there, and then macaroni and cheese. Can't go wrong with that. But a lot of people during Thanksgiving like to spice it up. Add some bacon and jalapeno. So I love that macaroni, like the spiced up.
I can go for that
with the bow tie macaroni. You got to do the bow tie macaroni on Thanksgiving. It's the one time a year you got to do it.
Okay.
What, you're not a bow tie guy?
No, I just go large elbow macaroni and mix it up with like 3 cheeses or something like that.
Yeah, everybody has like the 4 cheese macaroni for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's
and you mix it all in.
4 is too many. They always do like some weird one that overpowers. Like they go like pepper jack that overpowers like everything, and then you're like all you're doing is that your mouth like burning weirdly. It's weird.
You also gotta have. I'm a big stuffing guy. Like I'll eat the shit out of stuffing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like stuffing just tastes so good on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because it comes out of the turkey's ass. Jason.
Every other day, you don't like the extra stuffing that they just cook. They don't put. I'm not eating the one out of the turkey's ass. All right. And then my favorite, which I should really make more often. I should make this in May. I don't know why I don't, but green bean casserole.
Yeah, that.
Green bean casserole is the way to go.
Oh, good for you. I've had a lot of people tell me that after last week, except like 5 people, have told me they make a mean green bean casserole. And
I'll be the judge. You tell those 5 people to cook it. We will do a taste off, and I will judge which one.
Yeah, because I'm not going near it. It looks like cat throw up when I see a picture of it here.
Oh, don't say cat throw up. That's just gonna make me be grossed out.
Good, because it's gross. Like
it's not gross.
Oh my god, that looks just god awful.
That looks delicious.
So I'm not a big side person, So you're a big green bean casserole, which I'm not gonna look up the recipe because that scares me.
So I'll eat it, then I'll go back for my other sides. I'll just get green bean casserole in a bowl, just throw it in a bowl.
Do you like your mashed potatoes, like the pre-made kind, that are all like smooth and like creamy, or do you like actually like mash in the potatoes and get chunks?
I don't like the creamy. Cannot do the creamy.
I can do either, but you got to for Thanksgiving. You got to go like the mashed ones, and you get the chunks every once in a while, and, like the skin's still on it.
You got to do real mashed taters.
Yeah, I agree with that. What about cheesy Brussels sprout bake?
Is that like a thing? Is that like a real side? Like that's not that's not a common side though, is it?
It's one of the top 82.
Like common sides,
But common for you because all this isn't common to me. Like nobody in my family made a green bean casserole. I don't think. If they did, I never saw it.
Sweet potato pie. That was never one. Like the sides that I do not like on Thanksgiving: sweet potato pie and the yams. Like, why would you put like yams?
Yeah, and like remember,
and then like the gelatin too. Like that's just disgusting.
The Jell-O is the best.
No,
dude.
the like the cranberries.
Oh yeah. We pour it out.
That comes out of the cylinder and it looks just like the cylinder. That's disgusting.
The thing I hate is like those gross things like sweet potato casseroles or sweet potato pie or whatever. They put marshmallows on top to make you think you're about to eat something delicious.
Yeah, you think it's a dessert.
And then you're like, oh yay, oh awesome, marshmallows. And then you see what's underneath it, and then it's just disgusting at that point.
And you can never tell which one's sweet potatoes and which one's jams because they look the exact same.
Yeah, they're both gross.
Yeah, they're both nasty and orange.
Cornbread's pretty solid.
And that throws you out. What about dessert wise? You pumpkin pie guy?
Dude, anything but pumpkin pie is blasphemy. A good fruit salad is good. Don't get me wrong. A good fruit salad is good. Fruit cocktail. But if you go anything but pumpkin pie, you're communist. So tell me what you eat.
Pecan pie.
Yes, that's just
pecan
disgusting.
pie.
There's nothing more disgusting than a pecan pie.
I'm almost going to call my first ex-wife and ask her if she can make me a bourbon pecan pie because she made a mean bourbon pecan pie for Thanksgiving every year.
And okay.
Throw a little maker's mark in that bad boy, you know?
So how have you been?
So how you been? Hey, you mind
tomorrow's Thanksgiving, as you know.
You mind throwing me that bourbon pecan pie recipe? You made the best one, you know, and don't know if you still make it, if you're still in the baking phase, but, you know.
Like, I can go apple pie, like, if I'm forced to, but I generally don't
It's got to be warm, though. It's got to be warm apple pie.
But I generally don't
like American pie. It's got to be that warm apple pie.
Yeah, like, I love the insides of apple pie so much that, like, I almost feel like the crust ruins it. So I try it with the crust, and then I'm like, and then I just dig out the insides and leave the crust behind, you know, type of deal. But I can eat pumpkin pie until the cows come home, man.
Do you do Cool Whip?
No.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip? I'm sorry, what? What?
You got to get the Cool Whip.
I'm sorry, what? The Cool Whip. No, don't ruin it with that. I will put Cool Whip on my fruit salad, though. Fruit cocktail salad. That's pretty solid.
One thing I'm not looking forward, though, to tomorrow is I know, like, I'm going to be with a lot of people. Like, see, I got to be in a comfort zone. I got to find the comfort zone. I got to find the right spot to watch the game. Like, you got to plan it out when you get to wherever you're going for Thanksgiving. If you're going with people who you don't know, you're like, all right, where's the good couch? Are they going to be annoyed come 2:30 when I'm just focused on the Cowboy game? Then it's also that weird time. It's 2:30 here is when the game starts. Like, are y'all going to hang out for another, 3.5 hours while this game's going on? or what? Like, so it's like, all right, like... Just don't talk too much. I got to hear Troy and Joe Buck talk, a little bit. Don't be that guy who comes up like, I hate the person who's like, watching the game. You always get those family reunions, you're sitting there watching the game and they got that grandpa who's sitting back there. He's all like, who's winning? Can't find one this year. It's like, oh yeah, Colts are winning now. It's like, oh, I'm the little Johnny Unitas in the game. This guy sucks. It's like, what? Like, come on, Grandpa.
Do you listen to yourself? You're like, ignore the family and I gotta pay attention to this game.
Right. Like somebody's like, oh, you're not going to Texas? Like if I was going to Texas for Thanksgiving, I'd literally be like, hey, no, let's go to the football game. Because that's what I did. When I went to Texas for Thanksgiving for those 3 consecutive years. Like, all right, let's go to the football game. I don't want to spend time with the family. I just want to go watch football. I'll go to the bar beforehand.
I usually fall asleep in the middle of like the first game. I get my first nap in. So basically Thanksgiving for me is like every other day of the week. I get up in the morning, get a few things done for a few hours, get my first nap in about around halftime of the first game, on my parents' couch probably. Depends how much kids are fighting because a lot of my cousins, I guess, are going to be there, or my nieces and nephews and their kids are going to be there with my kids. And then, I'll wake up second half, and watch the second half, and then we'll eat. Then I'll have to get my second nap in, usually like middle of the second quarter of the second, because usually the Cowboys suck and they're not entertaining games usually.
Whatever.
And then you wake up and then I gotta take the kids back to their mom, so I gotta go return them. They usually come home and I like lounge on the couch and mom asks if I want to take leftovers and I'm like, I don't eat leftovers. I'm 41 years old and she's known me my whole life and I still have to explain how I don't eat leftovers.
I saw that one of the bars around here is going to be open for Thanksgiving night. It's like open at 8, free cover for everybody, $3 domestic beers. Like, how sad is your life when you go to the bar on Thanksgiving night, right?
Ooh, time for me to cancel those plans.
Oh no, I was going to ask if you wanted to go.
I'm like, ooh.
I mean, $3. I mean, hey, you can't beat that, right?
I'm sad at that point. All right. Yeah, like, it's just another day for me, just with football on, and everybody gets up and watches. Are you a parade guy?
I used to be a parade guy, but now here, like, you have to wake up super early to watch the parade. I can't watch the parade here.
I've never been a parade guy, like, ever in my life. Like, I'll go to, like, live ones,
I've always wanted to go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, I can think of... Only thing I could think that would be worse would be New Year's in New York.
Right.
Other than that, I can think of nothing worse than going to the Macy's parade. Seriously. Like, how god-awful of an experience is that?
I mean, it'd be cold, which would suck.
Well, this year especially. Like, they're talking about ice storms and wind,
Yeah.
but oh my God, you got to get there so early. Like,
right.
me and the kids did the St. Patrick's Day parade, like, not last year, but the year before. In downtown Phoenix, man, you still had to get there like 30 minutes early to get a decent spot. And here we have the opposite problem. It's freaking March, and you're out there and the sun's beating down on you. You're sweating like you're sunburn. It's freaking 75 degrees outside. You're like dying watching. And then just this endless parade of garbage comes walking down the street. And if you're not paying attention, they throw stuff at you and hit you in the face. And all the kids are like,
well, that parade's a little bit different than the Macy's parade, right? You go to the Fiesta Bowl parade. You ever go to that thing?
No, yeah.
Oh God,
I've been there, but
terrible.
I've been to the Rose Bowl parade. You gotta go to the Rose Bowl parade if you're going to the Rose Bowl when your team's in it.
Parade of Roses.
Like, oh my God, like oh yeah, and another float with somebody waving on it. Woo!
The thing that sucks.
And another band. Yeah, here. Oh look, this one's playing the same song the last two played. Oh look, here they come!
And they all do the Christmas songs. So the thing that sucks about like the Macy's deal is it's all these like shows on NBC that are like their new shows that nobody's watching yet.
Yeah, and they got the stars up there waving at everybody.
You're like, who the hell's that guy? Like, who's this chick? It's like, the new sitcom.
And then the thing that drives me absolutely batty, if I can be negative for a minute here, is listening to it on television. There's nothing worse than watching a parade on television on top of it, because then you got the people. Oh, look how exciting this is!
NBC does a great job.
We've got
coverage.
Snoopy here, everybody. This is Snoopy's 443rd Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
That's what
it's always exciting to see Snoopy here, and this is just excellent. They spent 452 hours building that Soapy thing, and just look at it go by. It's just amazing, isn't it? We hope all you and your family are having the most blessed Thanksgiving
I'm still
ever.
shocked by the balloons that are still balloons. Like they still have a like Power Ranger balloon, like the Red Ranger.
Don't they still like Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah, they still have like Woody Woodpecker, Pikachu. Like these guys like haven't even been like Barney's still doing a thing. Like every year, like you can see these balloons just randomly fly. You're like you haven't been doing anything, but I don't know.
Like I wouldn't lie and say that like if I was in New York and like had nothing else going on and I was near there, I would probably go. So I'm not like Mr. That's how I ended up at the Rose Bowl parade back in '96 when ASU was there. Was like we were staying like right by the route, so it was like, might as well go to that,
Right.
But like, I'm not gonna go. What you doing for Thanksgiving? Well, we're having dinner and then we're gonna fly up to New York. I'm gonna hit up that Macy parade and then just come on home. That's all I'm doing.
That Fiesta Bowl parade, it just wasn't a holiday season unless you heard a bunch of Mexicans booed Sheriff Joe Arpaio. So this one time I actually saw a Mexican tell Joe to go back where he came from, which I thought was kind of ironic. But anyways.
Fountain Hills? Is that where he lives?
I don't know.
He's like,
this Mexican.
I'll go back to Fountain Hills as soon as this is done, guys.
Because one guy was like, yeah, go back where you came from, Messi. I was like, what? That's weird. That's weird.
It's awkward.
Do you do the dog show or no? You just go straight football?
Dog show? There's a dog show?
Yeah, so NBC, they do the...
is that going on?
So after the parade, NBC shows the what's that?
Westminster Dog?
The bell. Remember that story? It was like every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings or
Christmas
something.
Story? No,
not
a Christmas story.
What is it? 34th Street or something like that? No. Miracle? Is it the Miracle on 34th?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Something
they show that after the parade.
Yeah, and then they roll into the Westminster Dog Show.
Okay, look, I'll just call it out right here. I have friends that are like all into the Christmas spirit. Like I was showing you that tree last night from that person, and I'm just like mesmerized. Like 2 days to put a tree up.
Yeah.
Like my tree's lucky. Unless you do it. My tree's lucky to be up by Christmas.
I was debating it. When
like it's not high on my priority list.
We'll go buy the Christmas Little Debbie's trees Christmas trees.
I have 3 trees downstairs. We found them all.
No, we'll go by the Little Debbie's cupcake trees.
Just hang them up.
Yeah, just hang them up.
Like, you know, like I just get amazed. Like people literally, like I've seen photos on Facebook of people being like, "Oh, the movies for every night for the next." It's like every Christmas movie, you know, and then
Hallmark is,
and then like
huge.
Die Hard, of course. You know, they got to throw Die Hard in there because that is a Christmas movie. But so and then, oh my God, let's get started on this. So starting next week, what's the number one thing going to be debated for the next month? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? Like, hasn't that been put to bed yet?
No.
You either think it is or you either think you don't. You're not changing anybody's mind about it.
It's like LeBron and Jordan. You're not going to change anybody's mind. Those people think LeBron's the GOAT. They think he's the GOAT. People think Jordan's the GOAT. Think he's the GOAT. You won't change anybody's mind.
But yeah, like, I just can't fathom, like, everything Christmas. Like, this Elf on the Shelf craze.
Oh, I hate the Elf on the Shelf.
My kids love it, but thank God my kids told me, like, 2 years ago, they were like, we do that at Mom's house. We don't want to do it at your house. Thank God. Because I wouldn't move the thing. Like, the thing would be in the same spot for like 3 days.
I will get Elf on the Shelf, and I will just put him in predicaments to where he's going to be like snorting coke.
My cousin does that. My cousin Rob, and he lives in.
He does the coke snorting Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah, like
party with Barbies.
Like he walks in. He's got like a knife around Barbie's neck and stuff. Like he did that. He did that the last couple of years. It's pretty funny. I should show you those.
Oh, those are always the good pictures. Like I love seeing those pictures.
But now they're like that's overplayed, even, you know. So you can't do that. So. Like, so thank God my kids are like, he goes to Mom's house, so he can't come here too. And I'm like, I'm not going to argue that point with you. It's like, then it's another thing I got to remember to do before I pass out at night, you know?
We'll get Ricky on the something. I don't know.
What?
So Elf on the Shelf, we'll get, like, you know, think of different names.
I'm like, what?
Anyways.
So I'm not a big Christmas tradition guy, like, at all.
The holiday spirit does not have you, but
I'm not negative about it either.
So that's good.
But
because some people hate Christmas, like Lainey, you know Lainey,
Yeah.
she hates Christmas. She's like, ugh, F Christmas.
yeah, like I don't hate it. Like it's like a minor inconvenience, you know. Christmas is. But, like, I get why it's a good holiday, but at the same time... But I also, like, don't want to raise my kids to, like, be greedy little assholes.
Right.
Where they, like, expect things or whatever. So I limit their presents that I get for them and stuff like that. 'Cause, you know, my kids don't come downstairs and have 800 presents under the tree. Because then they have to go to 2 grandparents' houses. They get a bunch there and, you know, all that stuff. So, like, I'm a little different on that side, you know.
2 Christmases.
But, like, I mean, kids get taken care of, but it's just like, like, oh my God, like, listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving if you want to. Like, put your lights up before Thanksgiving if you want to. But for the love of God, stop making me listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving, and stop making me stare at your lights and tell you how great your freaking lights are on your house before Thanksgiving.
If you're doing icicle lights, your house does not look great. I'm going to tell you right now. Do not do the icicle lights. They're a terrible thing. But we'll get more into that next week.
Remember I sent you... Yeah, really quick. Remember I sent you that picture when we were in, South Dakota this summer? And you're like, hey, they have icicle lights up. And you're like, tell them to take down the Christmas lights. And I was like, they put icicle lights up in the summer here, Jason, because in the winter they have real icicles.
True. Yeah, don't do the icicle lights. Anyways, tomorrow is full of football. We got 3 games on the ledger. Bears right now still favorited by 3 in Detroit. Mitch Trubisky unlikely to play, according to Ian Rappaport and Adam Sheffy. Looks like Chase Daniel going to be getting the nod in that one, taking on Matt Stanford and the Lions there in Detroit, where we'll see.
Detroit hasn't won a Thanksgiving Day game in a long time, right?
Really? Maybe.
I think it's been a while. But with Trubisky out, Nagy's going to put together a deal here. And I'm going to stick with the Bears. I think the Bears. It's bear weather, even though it's indoors.
Bear weather, even though it's indoors. There's going to be a lot of Bears fans there because the Bears 7-3. Like, they're amped up. They're hyped. They want to... They'll be there. They'll be in Detroit rocking out on Thanksgiving. Leaving immediately afterwards because Detroit's a shithole. But they'll be there. They'll be there. So, I like the Bears too. I think it's going to be loud in there. You know, the fans going to get a little warm. You know, all the Chicago fans coming up. So, yeah, I like the Bears in that one as well. We'll see what kind of game plan Matt Nagy puts together. That defense, though, I mean, it's going to power him to this win regardless, I think. I mean, you got a Golden Tate-less Detroit Lions team now. Not very many weapons on offense. They just know how to disrupt people. So, I like... them a lot to win this game. Redskins and Cowboys. Cowboys 7-point favorites. No Alex Smith. Colt McCoy will be getting the nod. Of course, Colt McCoy, last time he played in Dallas, it was a Monday Night Football primetime game. He actually beat the Dallas Cowboys. This one, though, is for all, well, not really all the marbles quite yet, but this one is for first place in the division. So, be interesting.
Is it going to be interesting?
I'm hoping it's going to be interesting.
Because you're picking who?
You know who I'm picking, baby. I'm picking the home team, Dallas Cowboys, to get it done. Last time they played the Redskins on Thanksgiving in Dallas, Cowboys won in a shootout of a game 2 years ago. I'm looking for them to win this game, though. Not in a shootout fashion, but by a lot of points. I like the Cowboys. They're going to cover that 7. They're going to stick it up there. You know what?
Well, that's the issue is Redskins look good, Redskins look bad. Redskins look good, Redskins look bad. They're without their starting quarterback. Nobody has any idea what Colt McCoy is going to do because we haven't seen him in 4 freaking years on there. It's in Dallas. It's on Thanksgiving. Is the Redskins going to come in with we're down our quarterback, let's win one for the Gipper type deal. This is for first place. Are they going to go in and do that, or are they going to be the Redskins that just look bad one week on there? And I hate to say it, folks, Cowboys win this game.
That's right. The 2-game win streak turns into 3. Falcons at Saints, the Sunday or the Thursday night game that not a lot of people care about no matter who's playing because you're usually passed out on your turkey hangover. But I do want to see the Saints play.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
I'm interested in seeing the Saints play this game. They are 13-point favorites. I don't know what the largest spread is on Thanksgiving Day, but that has to be right up there. 13-point favorites against the Falcons.
Yeah, Saints are running away with this. There's nothing the Falcons can do to even stay in this ball game. It's going to be overhyped. Saints, the Rams, and the Chiefs have awesome offenses. The Saints might be just a little bit better. Saints are winning this because Atlanta's defense is just tore apart injured reserve. So, yeah, Saints.
I think it's going to be close first half, second half, though, mid-third quarter. That's when the Saints pull away to get it done. Now, flip it over to Sunday. Some morning matchups. Jaguars taking on the Bills. Both clubs 3-7. Jaguars looking to get rid of Jalen Ramsey at the end of the year.
Yeah, what the heck?
Bills looking to get to match the touchdown record that was set on Monday Night Football. All they need is one more, and they can get that total. All right, let's go Bills. This one is going to be played in Buffalo. Jacksonville 3-point favorites. Oh, man, Bills Mafia. They're going to be showing up that Sunday game. It's going to be cold. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be dirty. The tables are going to be flying all over the place. This is a rematch of Jaguars-Bills last year in the playoffs. Now they're both 3-7, so give me the Bills.
Who's starting for the Bills? Since they cut Peterman?
No idea.
Doesn't matter to you?
Effing idea.
Man, Blake Bortles is awful. The Jaguars' defense is awful. Like, everything's just falling apart for both these teams. You can't pick Buffalo. You got to go Jacksonville in this one.
Browns taking on the Bengals. Cincinnati, 3-point favorites in Cincinnati. Bengals, then, it's another one of those teams that when you're good, you're good. When you're bad, you're bad. And I think this week they're going to be bad. And I think the Browns get in there and get the 4th win of the year.
Absolutely not. Bengals are rebounding from last week when they kind of crapped the bed last week and gave that game away. Bengals.
Patriots taking on the Jets in New York. This is the cupcake part of the schedule for New England, who are 9.5-point favorites on the road. Give me the Patriots and Tom Brady.
Todd Bowles is just buying his time to get the hell out of New York.
Giants are actually still in this. Believe it or not, they are 3-7, taking on the 4-6 Eagles. They could be 4-7 after this game, and could potentially be 2 games out of first place.
Doesn't matter. Eagles just lost by like 70 points last week, didn't they?
To the Saints. I think this one's going to be one of those close games. Giants pull it out late in Philly.
I think this game's going to come down to is have the Eagles packed in for the year, or are they going to continue to fight? You would think a Super Bowl winning team would learn to fight and have the fighting instincts in them when their back's against the wall. So the Eagles are going to come out and they're going to win this game. You would hope that a Super Bowl winning team would have a little bit of fight in them still.
Niners taking on the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, where Jameis Winston's getting the nod and also getting 3.5 points. But all the issues going on in Tampa Bay, give me the Niners to win this.
Niners, even though it's in Tampa Bay, Buccaneers are just a mess. Same thing. coaching staff's just buying their time till they get fired. Coming up here, it's a turnover machine. Richard Sherman's going to look like he did 5 years ago with the Seahawks. He's just going to dominate that defense of the ball. Niners all the way.
Seahawks taking on the Panthers in Carolina. Carolina 3.5-point favorites. Ooh, going to be a close one. Panthers will pull it out late.
Yeah, Panthers are going to win that one. Panthers are a surprising team. Nobody talks about when the Saints are in your division. You tend to get forgotten about behind there. They're sneaking up on people.
Well, they've had a couple bad losses too. They're 6-4 right now. So I mean, if they lose this, they'll be 6-5.
They started off a little rough, but they've been putting it together lately. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks are the Seahawks, and I can see the Seahawks winning this game. But in Carolina, I just think the Panthers are on a roll right now, and they'll keep it going.
Raiders taking on the Ravens. We got any word yet? Who's starting that? Did Flacco play his last game in Baltimore? You got to go with the high hand, right? Ride Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
you think?
They have not announced it yet, but you would think that Lamar Jackson is going to get that start with a hip injury for what's his name?
Flacco.
Everybody's on the Lamar Jackson train. He's going to get himself hurt. I didn't see that game live, but I did watch a lot of the highlights and a lot more than just the highlights. And everybody's talking about how impressive he looked, and he wasn't really that impressive. He just ran the ball a lot like those young quarterbacks do. He's going to get killed one of these times. But Ravens are winning this one.
Yeah, Ravens will win. 10.5-point favorites. Don't see them losing this one at all to the Raiders. Afternoon game, excuse me. There you go. Cardinals going to the StubHub Center, take on the Chargers, who tough loss last week to the Broncos. The Chargers had
Unbelievable.
to play. They are 12.5-point favorites. Take on the Cardinals, who just cannot get anything going on offense
Or defense.
Chargers win this game by a landslide.
Yeah, Chargers are winning this game. I mean, it's just to the point where if the players haven't quit on the coaching staff is certainly... It's never good when you look in the eyes of the head coach and you just see blank cartoons stare back at you I don't know how to fix this. None of us know how to fix this. That's never good. And it's never good in year one. So teams mailing it in. They're just going to be in self-preservation mode. Chargers are winning this by a long shot. They're rebounding from last week.
Steelers going to Denver to take on the team that just beat the Chargers last week, who we're talking about. Pittsburgh, 3-point faves on the road in Denver. Ben Roethlisberger, great game. Great way to end that game last week against Jacksonville.
Struggled a little bit.
Did struggle, but he found a way. That's what good quarterbacks do. And Broncos, well, they have Case Keenum, so they don't have a quarterback. So give me the Steelers to win this game.
Case Keenum's he's not the best, but he's definitely not the worst quarterback out there. They have other problems besides quarterback. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
Yeah, Steelers on a roll, man. Steelers are going to... This might be the year the Steelers actually come through with a prediction that they're going to surprise people come playoff time.
I still cannot believe they were 7-2-1. All year long, you hear about it, you think they're 500.
But they do this every year with the distractions, and then they get to the playoffs, and then they lose, and then it's everything comes out, But I think one of the big cancers is gone, and the team's kind of rallied around the fact that Le'Veon Bell didn't show up, and
Connor's been rolling.
The players turned on him. So as long as Connor stays healthy, man, it's an ingenious move for Bell not to be there, and I think the Steelers are going to keep rolling.
Dolphins playing the Colts in Indianapolis. Colts putting together quite a run right now. They are 5-5, my man, and right there in the thick of things the AFC South. My man, what? You don't like that? And they are hosting Dolphins, 7.5-point favorites.
And Tannehill's starting. Tannehill's back.
I like the Colts in this one still.
Yeah. I told you a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, watch out for these Colts. They're playing well. Frank Wright has this team ever since, and this is a rematch of that game where Frank Wright went for 2. Or went for it on 4th down or whatever and didn't convert it, and then he ended up losing by the field goal. This is the rematch of that game, and that's the game that gave the Colts the confidence, and they turned it around and won 5 straight. They're going to keep it rolling right here. Colts are winning this game.
Packers taking on the Vikings. Sunday Night Football. Both of these teams have a tie to their name, which they got the last time they played, actually. The first time they played.
Yep.
And right now, Packers coming in 4-5-1. Vikings are 5-4-1. I think after Sunday night, both those teams will be 5-5-1. I like the Packers winning this one on the road.
Really?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. He's just, he's still doing... Last week he did Aaron Rodgers things against Seattle. Should have won that game. Defense gave it up there late, but, I don't know. I just have a hard time betting against Aaron Rodgers.
I don't disagree, and especially the Vikings are in disarray right now. They don't know. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the players not buying in. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. I've been reading a lot of articles trying to figure out what the Minnesota people are saying.
Mike Zimmer has no idea.
Yeah, like literally everybody's like, like they're just shrugging their shoulders, like we don't know what's going on. And for a team that was supposed to be the favorite in the NFC or one of the favorites in the NFC, they look like garbage. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers pull this out. But I think the Vikings' backs are against the wall. They will pull us out. This Aaron Rodgers controversy with Mike, whatever the coach's name is.
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy is coming to a head here. But, it's not McCarthy's fault. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any talent. It's the GM's fault and all that good stuff. But I'm going to pick Vikings in this one.
Titans and Texans going to close out the week on Monday Night Football in Houston. Texans 7-3. They are on quite a run. Titans, who went back to back, beat the Cowboys and the Patriots, got decimated last week. Do they rebound on the road?
Don't make me do this. Don't make me do it.
Don't make me do it. Pick Bill O'Brien and the Texans.
Don't make me do it. Oh my God. Vrabel, just do one thing for me and win this game. I'm going to go Titans. They're going to surprise it. Houston's been on this roll lately. I don't know why. Their coaching staff's awful. Their team is awful. I don't understand why teams can't stop them. I don't understand why they keep winning. It's baffling to me. Titans are going to surprise in this one and stay alive in that AFC South there that they have to.
Mariota, not feeling it.
Oh, he's got that elbow problem.
He's got some elbow issues. Houston, at home, 6.5-point favorites. They will finally shut up the rest of the AFC South this weekend when they beat the Titans. Give me the Texans to win. Although I don't like the Texans, give it to me. They did me a solid last week, and they beat the Redskins. It was a close game, but they beat them. So thank you, Texans. Rams and Chiefs, of course, after their game, they have the bye, which I think is more than wanted after that, right? Like, most teams, you go into a bye week, whether you win or lose, like, fuck, we go to the bye week with a loss. Like, these two teams, like, they just played their asses off Monday night, and here they are getting the bye. A little bit of a reward, I guess, for having one of the better games of the season.
I'm sure the Chiefs were upset they didn't win that, but at the same time, they're realistic and they know it was a regular season game.
Well, did you hear Andy Reid after the game? He's like, that was a hell of a football game. Yeah, like, it wasn't like one of those, like, oh, man, like, damn it, we lost. Like, we should have done this. I mean, you had 5 turnovers in the game. You should have won. For it to be that close, like, you should have won.
I mean, but sometimes the other team just pulls it out. You know what I mean?
Yep, that is something that I'm not too used to.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh, wow. Sorry, folks.
Was that another? No, that was just a dirty joke.
Sorry, folks, for that one.
Anyways, Thanksgiving. This is when you people are going to be listening to this. So thank you for listening to the Main Event Podcast. Hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. However you celebrate your holiday, whether you're doing it with friends, a Friendsgiving. That's the thing that everybody does now these days. Friendsgiving or Thanksgiving with the family. You got to listen to those pesky in-laws. And
that's the thing. Like, I don't know anybody, because as your family gets older, right? So, like, when I was a kid, we'd go to, like, my grandma's house, and all my uncles would be there, and, all of their families would be there. And as we're all older, we all have different things we got to do or whatever. So now it's to the point where, like, I'm sure, I don't even know for sure, but at my parents' house, it's obviously going to be me and my kids. My brother probably will go by, if he has his kid, I don't even know, with the split families, So I don't even know if my brother's kid's going to be there. And then my sister, they have other parents, and stuff. So then the older ones have boyfriends. They got to go to their family's house. So it just turns into this giant cluster deal, and it's almost like, that's why it's just not very fun, I don't get it. I think it would be one thing if, like, we all lived apart. It was, like, the one time every year we saw each other.
Right.
But, I mean, God, my family, most of my family lives, 20 minutes from me, and I don't see them all year long anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's weird.
I get you.
Thanksgiving's just a dumb holiday.
Stupid holiday. Stupid Hallmark holiday.
Sorry, sorry, everybody. I said that.
We hope you do enjoy it with Kith and Kin. That's just a Christmas thing.
I did enjoy it a hell of a lot more when I was working 60 hours a week and I got 3 days off.
Right? Like, that was the cool thing about there's those holidays in the Air Force that you just loved, and this is definitely one of them. Like,
yeah. But like when when
we didn't even get that many days off for Christmas. Like, Christmas, it was like you work Christmas Eve. Or you work New Year's Eve, you had that going for you, so like you had to pick which one, and all the married guys would be like, oh, we gotta work, we gotta work New Year's Eve because we have a family Christmas Eve, which is cool because all the single guys like, hell yeah, we're to get New Year's off.
Yeah, exactly.
Going out boozing.
Like, you know, but I don't know. It's just, and then there was the Black Friday thing, you know. Just remember, folks, if you're going to videotape a fight, turn your camera to landscape.
Yep, we need landscape mode on these fights coming out. I think that's what we might do Friday morning. Let's just go to Walmart at 6 and check out all the fights. Give like Barstool and Busted Cover some good MO.
They only fight in like. They don't fight in the Walmarts down the road from us.
They only fight in the hood areas?
Yeah, well,
is that what you're trying to say, Steve?
I was saying it a little bit nicer.
Well, you could say it. They only fight straight out of...
They only fight in neighborhoods that...
We all know why it's called Black Friday.
Take that... Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
Is this thing on?
Anybody still listening?
Yeah, so I don't think... Well, now they don't allow people just to run in anymore. Remember before they would just open the door and everybody...
Yeah. Now they ask you, all right, what are you here for?
There's always like, or you get like a raffle or something in line, you tell them what you're here for, and they give you like a sticker for it, like you're number 4 for the TV or whatever, you know? So like, you don't even have to go to the back anymore. Like they just have them up front and you just, you know, walk out with it. But like every year, at least... Here's a happy holiday story for you. It's like every year, somewhere in Phoenix, you know, like Avondale or Glendale or Mesa, you know, there's always that one person that the cops think they're shoplifting, so they beat the crap out of them inside the store instead of just, you know, handling it properly. And then they catch the security guys beating the crap out of some old guy who put something in his pocket just because his hands were full and, you know, it doesn't even make it to the register yet, and they're tackling him and beating the crap out of him.
Fuck that old guy.
You know, let's just do a shout out to security and stuff that, you know, if you get somebody shoplifting, don't act like it's the end of the freaking world. Do it the proper way. There's no reason to beat up an old guy and get caught on film doing it. Or a lady. Because it's always an old guy or lady. Like, it's never like a guy like me, right. You know?
The towel they're stealing isn't coming out of your pocketbook, all right?
You know, it's like hilarious. Like, every year, there's 1 or 2 stories here in town where and then you see the video and you're like, oh my God, like... He's wailing on that guy, and the guy's just like, "Help me," you know. And
I think last year, what took the aura of Thanksgiving was when some of the people were with, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go Walmart get a TV." Like just right in the middle of Thanksgiving, you know, because they open the stores up at like 5 o'clock now. It's like, we're gonna go get a TV now. It's like, oh well, I don't know.
My favorite is like when
other than me getting really drunk and yelling at everybody and calling them all out for being drug addicts and all that stuff. Last Thanksgiving was a little rough.
You have some issues you need to deal with.
That was a little rough. Had some demons going on.
You had some demons?
Well, I mean, I don't
Jason,
have that many more demons.
That's for the other podcast, not for this one.
Okay. There's some demons.
Your therapy.
Some demons.
Your therapy one. My favorite thing about this, like, if we go anywhere today, oh my God, it's Wednesday, so we pretty much have to buy everything we need.
We're about to go.
I know, because tomorrow... Oh, God, we have to go. I forgot what we were doing.
Go Knights, go.
I know, right?
Going to the Knights Yotes game. Going to our first Arizona hockey game in Arizona in, 3 years? Like,
yeah,
we haven't been to a hockey game together for Arizona in Arizona.
It was right.
Before I left. I was still Air Force.
Because you were leaving, like, the last game you were
2016, I think.
You were leaving from that game and going to the airport to fly to Chicago to, like, look for a place. So it was, like, February or something of that year.
Yeah.
March. Yeah, because you were leaving straight from the game and going to the airport. That was the last game we went to together. Yeah. Jeez. So it's gonna feel weird being in there without, you know, the special box and having regular seats and
sitting with the peasants. But sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta sit with your people.
Right. So everybody have a good Thanksgiving.
Thanks for listening. Thanks to troops. It's Thanksgiving. You know, they love it. They do all that stuff. So whenever you see a troop this weekend, thank them. Why not?
And then Veterans Day. Let's get on. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's get back on there. Let's read the preamble to the Constitution while we're at it. Anyways, God bless you. God bless the troops. Happy Thanksgiving and God bless America. Gobble, gobble.